Welcome to Rap and Doe. It's your man Don Bucks. This conversation that brings compensation. This is the home of money conversations. And this is the part where I get my recap from today's post. I've been doing that for the past couple weeks to get put my little sauce, my little spin on my posts, to give a little insight as far as how I feel. So when you tap in, let me know where you're from, because I got a lot of new go-getters that's been tapping in. But I'm going to start from the top. So your body is the shell. That was they call them meme cards. Your body is the shell. And what that means is what bro was talking about, how a lot of us get attached to, our body. We think that what we see in the mirror is us. We think in terms of our body, when in actuality, we are what moves this body. And I think the sooner we get a hold of that, I think we'll be, because I was talking about a little bit about this last night, as far as controlling your mind. So I pulled up something on ChatGPT, and there's basically a machine that can track the energy that runs through our brain. So there's an energy that runs through our body, period. But we're not just this body. We're actually the energy that moves this body. So a lot of us don't understand that our thoughts have electrical current. And you ever heard of frequency? We give off frequency. We give out vibrations, like vibes. People say, I can feel the vibes. Like, those are real. Those are actual. It's actually a fact that we give off vibes and a frequency from our thoughts and our words. And one machine or contraption is the EEG. That is an acronym for the electroencephalogram. So that's basically a contraption that they attach to people's heads, and they monitor the electrical activity of the brain. So and the other one, the fMRI, that is the functional magnetic resonance imaging. So that basically it measures the changes in the blood that flows to different parts of your brain. When you're thinking certain thoughts, different parts of your brain is activated. So with our thoughts, right, that energy is what actually moves our body. So we're not this shell. We're the shell that we see, that everyone sees, that you see. We have to identify less with that and more with our thoughts and our mind, the actual energy that moves our body. And you can attach this to whatever religion you want to attach it to, because I think it goes beyond religion. I think religion is a social construct, but in actuality, we all are eternal beings. We're spirits having a earthly experience. So I think the sooner that we get a hold of that fact, that we're not this physical thing per se, we're actually the energy that moves this. We get more concerned and pay more attention to that than this. I think we'll make further strides in life. Because like last night I was talking about how, a lot of times we striving for these different goals and these different things in the physical, when in actuality everything originates with a thought. And those thoughts are energy, they're frequency. So you'll be chasing forever if you're just chasing the actual thing. and what we have to do is get in tune with the energy, the thought, because the thoughts are energy. So if we get our thoughts right, that energy, that frequency will resonate with the frequency of the thing. Because everything is frequency. Everything, if you go down to the smallest compound of everything in the physical reality, everything is vibrating. Everything is moving. If you go back to science class, the smallest part of anything is the electron, right? So everything is actually moving. But as human beings, we can't perceive it moving because that's not what we're here to. We wasn't, our body is not put together to see things, the smallest compound moving. Like everything see things differently. Like we don't have the same vision of and perception of a bat. Like a bat can see things that we can't see. A dog can hear things that we can't hear. You dig what I'm saying? So that means there's another level of perception that we are not aware of. And one of those things is the fact that our thoughts have a vibration. Just like everything else is vibrating, but we just can't perceive it. We can't see it moving. It looks like it's sitting still, but it's actually not sitting still. It's actually moving if you break it all the way down to its smallest compound. So, going back to the original statement, this physical body is just the shell. And a lot of times we get attached to our physical being, and we're not aware. We're not aware that in actuality we're not this thing, this physical flesh and blood. Like this is the representation of us, but we are actually the thing, the energy that moves this shell. So if we get the thing that moves this shell correctly, which is the vibrations, our energy, our thoughts, we get that together, then we can properly move this thing. So that was the gist of that post, and I had to post it because I think that is the essence of a lot of our issues. We're not in tune because someone, maybe you haven't taught it, wasn't taught it, because it's not even a religion thing. It's just having that knowledge of what you really are at the end of the day. We're not this physical being. We're just a representation of what we really are. Because everything that you see originated with something that you can't see. So that part, like we have to get more in tune with what we actually are, which is the thought, the energy that moves this, that attracts things. Because everything is a vibration. Everything is vibrating. So if we get on that vibration with our thoughts, we get on that frequency with our thoughts, we will vibrate and be on the frequency of the things that we're trying to attract. So that was fire. I had to post it. And which leads me into my second post, which was kind of goes hand in hand. How do you get in tune with that frequency, the energy that's within this body? Most people have never sat down with themselves. And he was saying, because the meme screen that shows at first and disappears, it says 30 minutes changes everything. And most people never sat down in silence with themselves. Never. And I'm about 2 years in. That's AKA meditation. Now, that word meditation, it seems like a little taboo. It seems like a little out there, only white people do that or something like that. But in actuality, if you sit down with yourself, you will realize that what dude was saying, that you will go into, you'll feel like an energy within yourself, like rising up, and it's kind of hard to explain unless you try it, because you don't even know what it does unless you try it, right? But this is why most people haven't, and they don't know the power of it. But you definitely tap into the energy within you, like the thing that you actually are, which is energy. And if you sit for that long, you'll be able to consciously control your thoughts. Once they settle down, you can direct your thoughts to where you want them to go. And that's part of getting in tune with the things that you want in life. So if you go in with an intention, an issue that you're trying to solve, you sit down in the silence and clear your mind. But when you first start off, I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to start moving around. Like your body don't want, because your body is not you. Your body is, what could I describe the body as? The body is part of this world, basically. So it wants to move around. It don't want to sit still. So you have to control your mind. It's not your body controlling your mind. It's not your body. That's your mind has to control your body, because you're not your body. So you have to tell it to sit down, sit the fuck still. You have to do that. And that's going to take some conscious effort at first to keep yourself sitting there, because it's going to want to do stuff. Trust me, I'm 2 years in and I'm still working on it. I'm still perfecting. I'm better now, but I can recall in the beginning of starting meditation, I definitely wanted to like get up and like not close my eyes. But this is why majority of people they don't know who they are. They think they're this body, but you're not. Your body wants to do its own thing. But until you understand that your mind, this energy that creates thoughts, is you, until you get that, you'll be chasing your tail in life, because your mind is supposed to control your body, not the other way around. You tell your body what to do, right? And meditation is going to help you do that more fluently, by being able to sit down and tell your body to sit still and think about nothing and do nothing until, because a dude commented, he was like, yo, I mess around and fall asleep, but you can't lay down and do it. You don't want to lay down and do it. You want to sit up, so you're going to be in a state of half sleep and half awake. They call it the wakeful dream. So if you go in with an intention, you can direct your thoughts and do your affirmations in this half sleep state, where your subconscious is more permeable. You can implant things into your subconscious more easily in this state. And if you don't know that your subconscious is responsible for your habits, because when you first learn how to drive, it's kind of mechanical. Like, okay, signal, okay, gas, okay, brake. But after doing it, your subconscious is already trained to know how to drive, right? Or learning how to get somewhere, the directions. At first, you don't know how to do it, and you kind of, all right, you got to use GPS or something. But after doing it X amount of times, your subconscious takes over. And you might be trying to go somewhere else. Let's say you're trying to go, I don't know, you're trying to stop at the store first before work. But your subconscious, if you're not paying attention, you'll not go to the store, because your subconscious is taking you to work. So if you can actually train your subconscious by meditation and implant whatever you want into your subconscious. So now subconsciously you'll be doing things that you don't even know necessarily why you're doing them. So if you plant in your brain that you are a fast reader, or you're a fast learner, or you're an excellent business owner, or these different affirmations, these different things that you want to program into your subconscious, you do that during meditation. After a while, you're going to start moving as if subconsciously. You're going to have different mannerisms, all the different things that's going to draw, because now your thoughts are vibrating on that frequency. You're going to start drawing these things to you because you're going to be moving on that frequency. You're going to be doing the things that necessitate what you done planted in your subconscious mind. So this is what meditation, sitting down with yourself for at least 30 minutes a day. I would say at least 30 minutes a day to reprogram your subconscious to whatever you want to come about in your life. So if you want to program, because you can program your brain to do whatever, but like I said, your subconscious mind is where a lot of our habits stem from. And if you don't consciously program it, you'll let the world program it. If you don't know, like I said last night, if you don't know that this is a thing, you'll be wandering throughout life, not knowing that your subconscious is being programmed. But until you take control of your brain and your mind, you'll wonder why you're not attaining these things. So your thoughts are frequencies. They vibrate just like everything else. Even this is moving. It looks like it's a solid, but if you break it all the way down to its smallest compound, it's moving. This is science. This is physics. This is real life. Like, we're moving. Even though I'm sitting still, you're moving. Everything is moving, including your thoughts. So if you can't control your thoughts, you can't control what happens to you in your life, because nothing is a mistake. Like I said last night, everything begins with a thought. So if you don't have control over your thoughts, which are the vibrations that you're sending out, you're going to be getting adverse results in life. It's going to be like, dang, nothing is a mistake. Nothing is a mistake. So that's why I had to post that. Like, sit down with yourself in silence, preferably with an objective in mind, a goal in mind, and think of that only. Once you sit there and calm yourself down, you'll be able to wakefully dream about whatever it is your intention is going in. So that was a whole. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out after this live. Thirdly, a post about, which is crazy, man. Like, everything, it seems like it's piggybacking off the day before. So this post was pertaining to how women cannot dictate, and a lot of times they like to do this, what a real man is. They like to tell you, oh, a real man would do this, or a real man would do that. A woman can't tell you what a real man is. They can't. First of all, they're not a man. That's for one. A woman is not a man. So I find it funny that they try to tell you, or tell us, especially on these podcast mics, what a real man is. And especially in the black community. You know, our community has the highest rate of fatherless homes. So a lot of us haven't had the privilege of seeing what a real man is firsthand. We can speculate what we would like it to be. If you haven't experienced it, if you haven't had your father and he's a real man, we can speculate and they can speculate. But I was definitely not putting my eggs in that woman's perspectives basket as far as telling me what a real man is. And I find that crazy for a woman to even think she can. We all know she can't raise a real man. A male needs a man to become a man. Like, you can be a grown-up male. There's a lot of grown-up males running around. But back to the point, a woman can't tell me what a man is. You can't. She just can't. I believe a real man has goals. I think a real man does what he believes is the right thing to do based off of his goals. And on top of that, I believe a real man is willing to stand on his mistakes from moving out on what he thinks is right. Whatever that may be. All of us are different. This man might think that's right. This man might think that's right. But he's willing to stand on what he thinks is right. And on top of that, he's willing to accept the repercussions and the mistakes and adjust. That's a real man. He does what he wants to do. And he's also willing to stand on it. He's willing to take responsibility for his decisions. So, yeah, fellas, never let a woman tell you what a man is. You be the man that you need to be based off of your goals, but also be a man and take responsibility for the mistakes and the adjustments that you might have to make from being that man. But that takes courage. You have to be courageous to not fold under criticism, because making decisions, based off of what you think is right, that may entail some criticism, because everybody's not going to agree with your decision. We can even look at the story of Noah. It's like he got some direction from his God, and he said it's going to rain. I'm going to wipe out all these folks, man. These folks never seen rain before, but he had to be a man and do what he felt is right. Everybody calling him crazy until it started raining. So you have to be willing to stand on your decision of what you think is right as a man, and also be willing to take the criticism that comes along with it for people who don't see your vision. Because a man has a vision. That's a goal, right? So everyone is not going to see your vision. But you have to be a man. That's what I think a man is. A man with goals that stands on his decision, whether other people see it or not. Right? And willing to take that criticism, stand on his 10, and take the criticism because this is what he thinks is right. So we can't let a woman define that. So that's what that post was about. And my last joint that I posted was Hove. Don't go with the flow, be the flow. So that coincides with being a man. Don't go with the flow, be the flow. And yeah, that coincides with being a man. And a lot of times they want us to fall in line, do what everybody else is doing. Oh man, shoot, you might as well sign to this person because this person did. And Hov was like, nah, like, you want me to sign with y'all? No, I'll create my own record label. You dig? And he always dropping gems in his rhymes. You can go back 10 years and hear something you heard 10 years ago. It's like reading a book. Like you heard it 10 years ago, but you ain't hear it like you heard it this time. Like, so own it is owning your existence. Own your existence. And that's being a man. That's standing on your decision. Everybody's not gonna see your vision. So you can't let no company, no woman, no friends, no family. You have to have courage to be a man. And it's a lot. It's a lot. But it's just what you was born a man. You was born a male that became a man. This what comes with it. This what comes with it. You have to own your existence, and not let nobody dictate your progression. Right? You have to make your own way according to your goals. Don't just follow what other people think you should be doing or being. And being original. I'm standing on it. That's just that. So, yeah, man. And y'all haven't let me know where y'all from popping in here. I see a lot of y'all popping in here. But from the top, your body is just a shell. We're actually the thing that moves this shell. So the sooner we get in touch with the thing that moves this shell, which is the energy, which is the thoughts are energy. The sooner we get in touch with that, I think the better results we'll get. Learn to sit down with yourself to get in touch with that 30 to 60 minutes. Start with 15 minutes, right? You might not be able to do ATL in the building. Okay. Start with 15 minutes. Some people might not be able to do the 30 off top, but start with 15 minutes of silence. And, there's some guided joints on YouTube, guided meditations, some I am affirmation meditations. Start with 15 minutes. Sit down, put it on low volume, close your eyes, and sit there, right? And you will be able to program your subconscious mind, and you'll find that you'll start moving different. Stuff will start happening, and you'll be like, yo, I'm telling you, they call synchronicities. The things that start happening, they're called synchronicities, and it's going to make you want to keep going, because once you get beyond the guided ones that I just named on YouTube and start doing it yourself, and programming your brain to what you want it to think and do, and then you go out in the world and you start seeing it happen, your actions are going to start getting different results. Because I can't say none of the stuff that's happening in my life right now is this. It's this. You start changing your thoughts. You start changing the frequency, and it starts resonating with the things that are on that frequency, and it start bringing it to you. So start with 15 minutes. Start with the guided John. That's on YouTube. They got hella guided meditations on there. So start with 15 minutes and progress. And then you won't need the guided ones no more. Sometimes you might flip-flop between doing it yourself and the guided, but whatever, do something. Start with 15 minutes. Don't let anybody, define you as a man, especially no woman. You know what your goals are. You know what your vision is. Stand on it and be able to have courage to withstand the criticism, because your vision was given to you, your goals were given to you, not nobody else. So everyone is not going to see your vision, but that's part of being a man, standing on your decisions, doing what you want to do and what you feel is right, right? And that's part of being the flow. Don't go with the flow, be the flow. And that's part of being a man. And that's what Jay-Z was talking about. That's why he created his own record label. That's why he didn't sign certain contracts, certain deals. He created his own lane because he had a vision. Just like Noah. It's like, y'all don't know. Like, listen, it's going to rain. We need to build this ship. You either with me or you ain't. People that's with me, come on. People that ain't, oh well. And be able to be willing to withstand the criticism of moving out and doing what you want to do for your vision. That's part of being a man. So don't let nobody define that for you. All right. So with that, make sure y'all following this page, and also follow Rapping Door on YouTube, because I'm once a week on there as well. All right. So with that, it's your man Don Bucks. This is Conversation that brings compensation. See y'all tomorrow.